So hi everyone, I'm so pleased to get to work with you today. My name is Krista Marks and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Woot Math. I'm also pleased to be joined by my co-host, Tom Fishaber.
Hello all.
Woot Math is a research-backed platform for the math classroom. For those who aren't familiar, it's a platform that includes tools to support real-time formative assessment, peer-to-peer learning, and adaptive practice. And it is 100% free for teachers. At its heart, I would say that Woot Math is designed to engage and delight students. We enable students to build models of concepts, share ideas with peers, and make their thinking visible. And we do that with virtual manipulatives that help build conceptual understanding through hands-on modeling, a scratchpad that empowers students to digitally capture work and make their thinking visible, and then a team mode that instantly turns rich tasks into engaging collaborative activities. When schools moved online as a result of the coronavirus, we reached out to thousands of teachers that we work with, and we asked, what is your biggest need? What don't you have? And the #1 request that we got was the need for a math-friendly whiteboard to use during online instruction. And so we quickly got started on working just that. And today I'm so proud to share the result. It's a new tool called Math Jam, and it makes it possible to explore math together online. Math Jam is a free interactive whiteboard designed to be used with any video conference application. So this is a space that you and your students can together share, explore, and collaborate on math. And we all know that without math tools, it can be really hard for students to share their digital thinking. And Math Jam really strives to make that easy. Today, I'm going to share this new tool with you, and I'm going to give you the chance to play with it in a breakout room. To launch Math Jam, the first thing we need to do is go to Woot Math's homepage. At least the first thing I need to do for this demo part. So let's do that. So this is Woot Math's homepage. It's easy to create a Woot Math account, and like I said, it's free for teachers. From my teacher dashboard, I can do a lot of things. I can create assignments, I can assign adaptive practice units, I could run a teacher-led warm-up, I could assign homework. But from your dashboard is also where you can launch a Math Jam. So let's do that. Now, the first thing you do in a Math Jam is you give a password. So let's put a password in. You can optionally choose content, so you can preload any content you want. And I have created some content for this demo. And so I'm going to just hover over this tile and select this demo. Notice that video conferencing support, direct support, free support is coming soon. The next thing I do, I have to choose a roster. Okay, so I'm going to choose this demo class that I've created. And now I'm here. Now I'm in my Math Jam. I've asked a few people to join me as my students just for this demo portion. And hopefully you'll start to see them logging in on the right side of the screen. Also notice that if you did need to invite other people, from the drop down, you can click invite students and you get a link, and you could send anyone that link with the password and you could invite them. The other thing I want to notice is that I did preload content, and what you can see is on the left-hand side screen, there's tabs, and that's paginated that content that I preloaded. Now, today, we're going to get to know the tools at the bottom of the whiteboard. From this shared space, everyone can see and work on the canvas at the same time, just as you would do on a real whiteboard. Now, right now, you can, you'll be able to see my class together all at the same time using the freehand drawing tools and the rich text editor and the stickers, which the students I work with love. To start, I've asked them to draw something that they like. The freehand drawing tools are actually a great way to annotate or highlight work. The rich text editor makes it easy also to customize lots of formatting options. Sean, I think you win with the dragon, but that's because I'm very fond of dragons. We also give students access to a variety of digital manipulatives for modeling math concepts. So these include fraction circles, fraction bars, number lines, dice and coins for probability. None of these things are new, but we are striving to bring them to life digitally. So students actually feel like they're holding a piece, that they're building the models that they're trying to understand. One of the most useful tools that we include is the expression editor, which is at the bottom of your screen is f of x. It can be hard for students, obviously, to share their thinking digitally unless they have fluid math, and then it's really easy and beautiful. And so this is a simple expression editor that makes that really easy to write beautiful math. Students can type and use their keyboard directly, or a pop-up of a keyboard appears that they can use. The other thing that is a lot of fun is the ability to type really complex math. I did a fairly simple problem. I was, oh yeah, in a table. So I was wondering if anyone was actually going to use the table. There's also a tool for a table. What's nice in the table at the top, I don't know if someone's going to do this, but if you put in X and put an equation for Y, it will automatically calculate the fields as you enter in a value for X. I wonder that someone is going to do that. No one did that. But anyways, you could try that when we do the breakout. The other thing I want you to notice is I can always add a new page. So you're getting the teacher view. So I have more tools. And notice at the top of the page is an add page. So let's do that. Let's add a page. Now, during the session or at the beginning of the session, I might want to upload more content. And so down here, there's an upload. And I can do that. And maybe there's some additional things that I want to add. And it can be any file type. It can be a JPEG. It can be a PDF. The magic of a PDF is it automatically paginates. So this PDF had 2 pages. So this was 1 page, and then this is the next page. So it automatically puts that into different screens. And then I could ask a student, like I might ask Luca to tell me, Luca, tell me how you would approach this problem.
So I'm noticing that the number line goes from 0 to 4. And I think it's important that each of those ticks would be 1. And so half would be 1/2 of 1. And so I'm labeling them here, and then I might divide 0 and 1 with this tick. And then I could count or label each of those segments or each of those parts. So there's my 1/2.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tom. I really appreciate that. The other thing that I can do is I can easily do an exit. So I might ask my students, how did you feel about the lesson today? Something we always do, but fun thing to do digitally. So class, how did you feel about it today? Okay, I got 1 smiley, another smiley. Nice. But I could share other things. I could share links. I could share more information and more resources that I need the students to work on. So with that, let's go back to the presentation. And let's get you going with your own math jam. So here's your quest. And I know it's been a long day. I'm hoping you'll be with me. We knew that we were end of the day. So we tried really hard to make this light and fun. It's a 2 dice bingo. Here's some pro tips, okay? So when you go into breakout room, try and note the number. Someone will come into your break room and help you if you need help, but try and note it because we're gonna give you a URL that's specific to your breakout groups. If you're in breakout group 3, you're gonna go to URL 3. Remember that this is a shared whiteboard, so you don't need to share your screen in Zoom. By definition, when you all go to this URL, you will all see the same thing. And then the other thing is I just ask that you unmute. In an earlier session, I was in a breakout and a lot of people were I'm sorry, not unmuted, but they didn't have their video on. And I just think it brings so much to be able to see people. So I really encourage you to be brave like you want your students to be brave and share your screens. When you open your math jam, this is what you'll see. Okay, so you'll see 5 tiles and you'll have dice in the middle that you're going to use. And here are the instructions which are included on the screen, but I'll just quickly go through them. You're going to first pick a bingo card. You're going to put your name next to it. you're then going to enter a number for each of the squares. So you might do 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do 6, 6, 6. You could do the same numbers in each one. Then you're going to each take turns rolling the dice. And when you roll the dice, let's say I roll a 6 and a 2, which is an 8. Anybody with an 8 on any square crosses that off. And the first person that crosses all 4 squares wins. So when you're done, it might look something like this. We did this earlier as a team, and this is what it looked like. All right, let's see. We are going to give you 8 minutes to do this. We are going to chat you right now a document that please open right now, if everyone could. It's tiny.cc/demo-jam. That will give you your math jam specific to your breakout group. If, worst case, you get into your breakout group and there's no one there or no one will play with you, come back. We'll play with you here. We'll play with you in the main one, or we'll put you in another group. Kara's been so masterful at making sure everyone's in a great breakout group. We will take care of you. All right, that's it. I hope you have a lot of fun. Kara, I think you are the breakout master. Can you send?
So I'm going to open all of the rooms and send everybody to a room.
Yay.
So we're in small group breakout rooms now. If you're just joining us and want to join a group, please reach out via the chat to either me, Kara, or you can just reach out to everyone. And then I can work on getting you into a breakout group. Okay.
Oh, I don't know what the password is.
Woot, W-O-O-T. Sorry, I forgot that.
Mm-hmm.
W-O-O-T.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
So you can claim a card and then enter some numbers on your card, on your bingo card.
Oh, okay. Do you just draw the numbers?
You can draw them, you can write them, it doesn't matter, you know, whatever sort of works for you. Down at the bottom, there's a little A tool, which is a text tool, or an F of X, which is a math tool.
Okay.
Either work. And we have an 8, so if you add 8, then you get a head start.
Oh, we're supposed to choose numbers to put in.
Yes.
Sorry, I was, I'm gonna be the slower one. I've been on this for a while today.
We, no judgment here.
Okay. How do you put your name in? You just put your name in with a box again?
Yeah, you could type it. I wrote mine. I actually am a right-handed person. I use the left-handed mouse, so you have to excuse my, you know, 3rd grade handwriting. Okay, so Karen rolled, so I'm next. So I'm gonna roll 6. So if you have 6, cross it off. I see Cheryl and Kara, and I'm the only one that didn't. Bummer. All right, Cheryl, you are next. You can roll.
So, what is there? Just the pencil would be what I use to cross it off with?
Oh yeah, I'm using stickers. Doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can't really do it wrong.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
Fun.
So you can personally. Yep, perfect.
8.
8. I already have an 8. So if anybody has 2 8s, then you get again.
Oh, really? We could have put all 7s.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, but you only get 1 check off per roll. So, all right.
Or what is it? I forget what the most common number is. Oh, 6.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, we've already rolled it.
7 is the most common. And it's funny because somebody always puts all 7s, and every time we've played this, and nobody that's put all 7s has won for whatever reason. So even though that's the, you know, in theory, the best card. Okay.
And then I just got a message that the breakouts are going to wrap up soon. So okay. I'm going to close them out, but we'll have another minute to play. Well, if I can find the Zoom thing for closing breakouts. Okay. Closing all rooms. So everyone's going to join us back here again.
I want to see how it went for you guys. It's, you know, hard to do this many people, but what I did is I decided to create an interactive poll on Woot Math. And so let me go there now and launch that. Oops, looks like it logged me out. Let's log back in. Okay, all right, and Math Quest Reflections, teacher-led. Now, I'm gonna have you sign in since you're not a roster for me. I'm gonna have you sign in by typing your name. Please just type your first name and maybe your last initial if you think your first name's really common. Let's go ahead and launch. Now, what I need you to do is go in a separate browser window, in a separate browser, separate device. You can use your phone if you like. Go to Woot Math, Woot Math, go to wmpoll.com, and then you're gonna enter the code 427059. Just give a while for people to log in. Yay, thank you for joining, I so appreciate it. And you know, while I'm doing this, because I think it is good, a way that we can gather some reflections as a group, I also do want, you know, it certainly shows you what's possible in terms of being able to run an interactive poll, both individually, like we're going to do. I could force you into teams. I'm not going to do that, but I could force you into teams, and we can also do that virtually, which is a lot of fun. All right, I'm just going to give a couple more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start. When I start, the information to join will still be in the top right. So if you're just coming in or you're just starting, you're like, whoa, wait, I'm not ready. No fear. wmpoll.com, code 427059 is right here in the top right. Again, wmpoll.com, 427059. Let's start. So the first thing I want to ask is just, what did you like best about Math Jam? And so I've put some ideas here, but feel free to click on other. This is a type of task in this tool that's called is a tap an image or a heat map. And so to answer, you will click on one of these 4 options. If it's other, you'll go to the scratch pad, and either with freehand writing or with the text editor, you can write the other thing. Know that I might call on you to share that other thing. I won't unless you volunteer. But if you have something else that you really want to share, I can always do that. Also know if you're done and you hit submit, there might be a math game. So what we found when we did this is that if we didn't have something to keep students engaged, that they would leave and go watch YouTube. This beautiful tool is actually funded in part by IES, the Department of Ed. We're so proud to get to work with them on this tool for teachers, and so grateful to get to work with such an amazing group of teachers. And basically, we wanted to make it really easy to create problems. The way that this is used most often is someone will write out or take a screenshot of student work, and they'll put it up and they'll say tap where the mistake happened. It's a great way to sort of do a reverse problem. All right, I have, when you get done tapping somewhere on this thing, do hit submit, answer. If you look at the screen, so instead of looking at your screen, come back to our shared screen and notice that we're seeing show results. So it's at 55. I can see that I actually have 79 participants. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer just to give everyone a chance to submit their answer. And then we'll show results. I'm going to wait till the magic number of 60, I think. Excellent. Okay. So now what you'll see, and there was no right answer to this. And in fact, I can actually, I can turn that off. I can turn reveal answer off because there's not an answer. There's no right answer. So under assign groups, there's a reveal answer that I just turned off. In any case, notice that there's kind of a spread, though it looks like this ability to collaborate was the most popular. I am going to open this little screen at the bottom, and what is going to show is the student's work. Now, obviously, we didn't ask for work, so there's not a lot of student work, but can I get a volunteer? Does anyone want to volunteer to share their other thing? If you wrote something, all right, I'm gonna click on Deb 2, collaboration. Very nice. Very nice. Kara, is there a way that I could unmute Deb too to hear? Let her say more about that.
I tried to find that person, but I'm not sure I found the right person. So if you have something, you could raise your hand too, and that way we know that inside of the...
Oh yeah, we can come back to that. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's fine. It's hard with easier with a smaller group class. So, but let's talk about what we could, make it better. So we talked about things that you liked about it, but is there something that would make it better for you? Again, you're going to tap on the one that's most resonant with you. If it's something other, put on a scratch pad. If it's something you'd like to share and talk about, that would be great too. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work with 140 people, but if you get done, you can come back and look at the shared screen and notice that while students are working, I can open this live view, and in real time, I can see my students working. So if I see a student that's struggling, I could go and see them. My engineers told me not to do this. A couple of them are on the line because they said that they didn't think it could probably handle the load of 140 people, but I'm crazy, so I'm trying it anyway. But I think as you can see, and actually when it's with a class, it's so fun because as students are working, you actually see them working. It's really easy to pop in and help someone who's struggling, or even to tee up that you really want to show a series of work, and then when you come back to actually ask for 3 volunteers because there's something that you want to cover. All right, I have 30 respondents, so please respond, please hang with me. Get a few more. Last time we had such a great response. Make sure you submit. If you didn't submit, you won't lose your answer. It will still count it, but then I don't see that you have submitted, and so it makes it more difficult to know when to show results.
There are a few questions. There's one breakout group was wondering if this is whole group or can you do small group and the teacher would visit each group?
You can do small group. It's what we have crafted as team mode. Mm-hmm. Kara, what we're gonna extend Math Jam to support breakout groups and incorporate this capability together. And that doesn't exist yet, but coming probably in the next 2 weeks.
Great.
All right. Any other questions?
There's another one saying, are students working independently or collaboratively when the teacher can watch what the student is doing?
So I didn't run a team mode. I ran it as an individual. So you're working individually. If I ran a team mode, teams actually get to see each other's work and talk to each other and chat to each other and be able to collaborate with each other. And so then they would be working together as part of teams. All right, I'm going to show results. Let's see what we have. Oh, again, a real spread. How interesting. How fun is that? Okay, let's again ask for volunteers.
And if you'd like to raise your hand by clicking on the participant tab in Zoom, and then you should see a little option to raise your hand. We'd love.
This is Lori, and she says, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the task, but you drew a really beautiful flower. I love that.
Okay.
Barb C, I actually have to say, this is a little bit of a ringer. Not that I asked her to do this, but I really know and love Barb. So she says, how did you put the little dice rolling widget in? Can we use things like that to build things as well? Yes. I wonder how I can quickly show you that. Actually, I know how I can quickly show you that. I'm going to just go there really quickly.
And then while you go there, there's one other person. Should I unmute?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Please, please. That's fabulous. Let me just show everyone, at the bottom of the screen, there's a toolbar. There's a little pie piece. When you click on the pie piece, you get to the current manipulatives. We're extending the manipulatives right now. They're fraction circles, fraction bars, and probability. Probability, you can drag the dice. You can also drag coin flip, and so you can flip a coin. Very fun. So Barb, that
Hey,
answers.
Krista. Oh, sorry, if you can go back there real quick.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to go back there.
There was a related question around how do you upload content before the students use it? And so there's an upload tool is the next little button. And so you can add in PDFs or images, and you can configure all that ahead of time as well.
That's a great question. Thank you. You know, Tom and Kara, I'm not seeing those. And so do please keep it. And then, oh, a brilliant Barb, who is a game designer. She's actually the CEO, co-founder of Math Snacks and a education researcher at New Mexico. And so that's high praise to like the game. That means a lot. Yay. All right, last question.
Should we, I think there is one other participant who had something to say.
Oh, yes. Delicious, please. Who?
I unmuted the, but maybe?
Speak
Okay.
up.
It might be that the mic's not working.
Oh, that's fudge. And you know, now that I'm thinking of that, let me unmute Barb. Barb, did you have anything else? I didn't even really give you a chance to chime in.
No. It was all good. It was so lovely and elegant. I wanted to see how we put those widgets in. It was perfect. Thank you.
Yay. Do raise your hand. We have people monitoring, and I would love your voice. I would love you to speak up. You are so welcome to speak up. Do not hesitate. We have one more thing that just, how do you feel about Math Jam? And we really want to support you. You know, I feel like teachers are right there on the front line. And, you know, if there are ways we can support you, I'll give you ways to connect with us. But also feel free to put on the scratch pad here. How can we support you? The other thing you can do on the left-hand screen when you open it is you can actually see when people have answered. The square is blank when they haven't. So you have to, by the way, to see this, you have to come back to my screen. But it's blank or it's blue if they've answered. You can also tell if a student has left. The gray circle next to the name is whether or not the student is present or not. And that can be really helpful in a virtual classroom. All right, let's go ahead and show results. All right, a lot of smiles, some not so sure, confused, and some sticking out their tongue. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, Tom? What does sticking out your tongue mean? Tom created that slide, not me. So I don't of emoticons. All right, yay, you guys. While we did that, we went ahead and took screenshots of your quests. Thank you for playing. I'm so excited to see so much beautiful participation at this time in the day when everyone's really kind of done a lot. How beautiful is that? All of these slides will be shared. All of this content will be shared, but we're also here for you. Thank you, first of all, for your work, for hanging with students in this time that's so hard. I thought Kira really said it, like we're all just kind of like, this is crazy. And then you also have to figure out how to do that online suddenly with students. Really difficult, and we appreciate you. And I hope that this session was helpful to you. If you need anything, reach out, support@wootmath.com. We're active on social, wootmath at Twitter. You can find us. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen as others have done in a minute, but first we'll take some questions. I do want to make sure you know that Scott has a wonderful keynote that's happening next, and then the amazing Juno. And if you ring Kara's, she played some of her music. She's totally fantastic. She would be worth only coming and ignoring every other session, but coming for her. She's that fabulous. Musicology is that fabulous. And it's a debut. It's really very special. It's really a gift. So I'm excited about that. Tom, I want to turn it to you because I know you've been monitoring questions and there's about 4 minutes left that you can answer questions before we stop sharing.
Definitely, a lot of good ones came in, and we'll be on the chat even after we go muted. So people asked about if it's free or not, and a Woot Math account is free. It's always free, and about 95% of what is also in there from a content standpoint is entirely free. There are some blue tiles, as they call them, which are adaptive learning lessons. And those are rational number support for grades 3 through 7. And you get a limited number of those. And then you can optionally purchase the rest of those. So that is the only thing we charge for. The math jams Krista showed, the polls that she showed, all of that, everything we showed today is entirely free. Somebody also asked if more adaptive learning levels are coming, and we are working on them, but they are a lot of work, as you can imagine. So we totally want to keep sending us your feedback, please, because we would love to have a K-12 solution, but we unfortunately don't right now, but we are working on it. People ask,
and you just add that we did make everything free through July. So even the adaptive stuff is free through July.
Thank you. So right now, if you have students in grades 3 through 7, you can use all of it entirely free, including the paid portion. And then after that,
and everything we showed today is free. All of the formative assessment is always free, and all of Math Jam, all of that is always free. There is no like catch. The adaptive learning, by the way, when it's not free, that particular piece is about $5 per student per year.
Awesome.
Okay, and then we have somebody with a raised hand. So C. Lanza, am I
cool.
unmute?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I like that polling. I saw that on another website, and I just wanted to see how that worked in the classroom. And I see that that's something that you have in the Woot program, right?
Yes. Yes, the polling is there. The thing that we ran would be sort of the classroom tool. So you can create your own, and then there's also a bank of K-12 problems that you can also pull from.
Oh, I saw the problems that when you put in your answer and you submit, those are also, you can choose which ones are on there.
Yeah, you can. So you can set them to be self-grading or not, and then it will grade the answer or not, depending on what you set. And then you can modify them and create them and do all of that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Tom, you know what I think would be helpful is to add a slide that maybe does a link to just the very short form videos that shows how to use a poll remotely, how to do team mode remotely that we did.
Yep. Somebody else actually asked about PD, and so I think that's great. We've got a lot of videos online. Math Jam actually just launched today, and so we don't have PD for that yet, but it's coming. But the rest is all up there. People asked about student login and do you need the link? And nominally you have a account for your students via roster. That could be Clever, that could be Google Classroom, that could be Woot Math. When they log into their dashboard and you give them an assignment or a Math Jam, it just shows up so they can just log in automatically. Or as Krista showed, you can also send them the link if you want to do that. So you have both options. When you assign it out to Google Classroom, of course, it just shows up in the Google Classroom and pushes grades back and does all of that. We talked about uploading briefly. You can create your own content. We just don't have time to get into it, but you can upload PDFs and do all of that stuff. It is awesome.
And there's short form video to show how to do it. It's not hard.
There were lots of great suggestions around additional manipulatives, and we love them. So keep sending them to us. We are building them out as fast as we can. Somebody asked about graph paper. Right now, you could very easily just upload a picture or a PDF from graph paper, but we will be adding graph paper. Algebra tiles would be so fun. Our math researchers are always asking us for them, so we would love to do them. And then a spinner also, which actually we do have, just not on the thing that we showed you, but it is in the adaptive learning. So I think that was it. Let's see, a couple more came in, but anything else, Krista?
No, I think we're actually out of time. I think I really want people to have a 15-minute break because I'm sure they're tired. So we're going to shut down. We'll be on chat. We'll answer questions. But if you need to, have a break before the lovely wrap up from Scott and Juno, this is a good time to go make a nice cup of tea. Thank you again. Thank you so much, everyone. Really a delight to get to do this with you today.